All right, let's take a look at the chart action for Litecoin. All right, so let's just get right into it. So what I'm looking at is we had a target right up here. We had a downtrend going like this. We broke that downtrend going to the upside right there. I'd been targeting right here pretty much. Right now, I'm pretty much wondering if we could come up to this target or maybe up to this target. These are previous resistance levels. We came up, got rejection, and then came back down, came up, got rejection, and came back down. So what I'm wondering is, can we come up and retest these highs pretty much? Right now we're on the daily time frame. We had this big downtrend. We had this 180 moving average right here. You can see it right there. And what I was looking at is we had the 180 moving average coming in right there, and right here we got rejected and came down. Right here we came up to it, got a little bit of resistance, had to test it a couple times, and then we broke through it. In general, I'm thinking that looks pretty good for Litecoin. There's a little bit of more resistance right in this level right here at around 237, something like that. But I think if we could get past that, then I'm still targeting around maybe 308 or possibly even 386, something like that. I don't have any solid patterns to back that up, but I think crypto in general, we're going to be retesting the all-time highs pretty much. That's my opinion. All right, let's check out this chart though. This is the Litecoin to Bitcoin chart. And this is looking pretty crazy. And I totally meant to make a video about this because I was watching this pattern. We had resistance right here and we had resistance right here, and we were coming up and testing it right here. So let's do a trend line, something like that. We got a breakout to the upside right here. It almost looks like an inverse head and shoulders, something like that. And if you target from the top to the bottom of the head to the neckline, we could drag that to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of something like that. We're right below that target, and then we're on the daily time frame. We have this 180 moving average coming in right here. The other thing I really wanted to show you that I thought was kind of crazy, we're on the daily time frame right now, and if we zoom out, we can see that Litecoin has been getting pretty much wrecked compared to Bitcoin for a long time. So it's pretty much like a downtrend, pretty hardcore. If we go into like the weekly time frame, we could even see it a little bit better. So this is pretty much what I was looking at. We got this big downtrend, and we actually have, so like we can do resistance, resistance, and resistance pretty much, which gives us this top line, something like that. But if we move into the monthly time frame, you can see this chart looks a little bit different, and those areas that we had the trend line at were actually wicks on the monthly time frame. So what I'm thinking is, let's do from the bodies to the bodies, something like that. This body right there and this body right there, and then we'll get the support, something like that. And let's do a trend line on the bottom, something like this. And let me know what you guys think pattern this is. In my opinion, this looks like a falling wedge pattern. If we could break this trend line going to the upside, this is on the monthly time frame, so this is a big time frame. If we could do that, I think we might be looking at a pretty huge move for Litecoin. I mean, we might be able to come back up to this area right here just to play around with it and then come back down, or I mean, I'm not sure. It just depends. In the falling wedge, what I would do is target the previous resistance levels pretty much. We haven't got a clear breakout from this, and if we zoom in a little bit, you can kind of see the 9 moving average as well. We can kind of pay attention to that. So if we can close above this 9 moving average right here on the monthly time frame, and then next month get another green candle, this might be looking really good for Litecoin. It's possible that we come up to this area right here and just get rejected and come back down, but I don't know. This is just something that I'm looking at. It's the monthly time frame, so it might take a long time for this to play out. And the idea that Litecoin is gonna like really beat Bitcoin like crazy like this is it sounds a little hard to believe. So I'm not sure about this either. But look at this pattern. It's a pretty textbook falling wedge. We got resistance, resistance, resistance. We have this downtrend coming in right here. It looks like we're testing that downtrend right now. And so yeah, that's why I was saying, I don't know, we might want to be looking at Litecoin in general over maybe the next couple months. So it'll probably be on hopefully I'll be trying to make videos about it more. If it keeps on moving like it did today, it got a huge move. If we look at the crypto watch list, Litecoin on it moved. Litecoin got a 16% move today, and compared to Bitcoin, it got a 13% move today to the upside. So yeah, I'll be watching this. All right, so let's jump over the total crypto market cap. We had a triangle pattern, something like this. We had resistance right there. We got a breakout to the upside. What I was doing is targeting from the top to the bottom of this triangle, something like that, dragging that to the breakout. And I'm looking at a target of approximately 2.33 trillion. It looks like we're getting pretty close to that target. And in general, we have this support, and it's giving me a trend line, something like this. Until we break this trend line going to the downside, then I'm figuring that we're in an uptrend pretty much. And in general, I'm kind of targeting the previous top right up here at around 2.46 trillion. Let's see if the total crypto market cap can keep heading up this trend line and hit this target somewhere around there, maybe even below past it. We're gonna have to wait and see if and when we can come up here. All right, so if we go back to Litecoin and wrap everything up, I think we on the daily time frame we just broke this 180 moving average right here, which was a pretty big resistance. We got resistance right there and resistance right there from it. So we just broke that level. The next thing I'm kind of looking at is this resistance right here and maybe right here, maybe something like 238. We might get a little bit of resistance right here. And then the next thing, if we could break through that area, I'm looking at really 308 and maybe even 388. I think this might be like the real next target. Let's see if we could keep this momentum going to the upside. One thing I do like about Litecoin is that it's accepted in a lot of places that crypto is accepted. And the other thing that I like is that it has low gas fees. I've been dollar cost averaging Litecoin in general for a while now. Let me know if you guys hold Litecoin. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up button.